Analysis. Emmanuel Macron learns the artwork of compromise. The hard manner. Paris. Jupiter has lost his thunder. Emmanuel Macron, whose first presidential mandate become marked with the aid of a top-down authorities style he in comparison to that of the almighty Roman God, will need to study the artwork of consensus building in the second. Deprived of an absolute majority via voters on Sunday, the French president can no longer assume parliament as a trifling rubber-stamping residence. Instead, he may be pressured to negotiate with annoying allies and new companions with a vendetta. Projections showed that Macron's ensemble coalition bloc had ignored an absolute majority by between 40 to 60 lawmakers, a miles bigger shortfall than anticipated and a crushing final results for the president. That manner he's going to probable muster searching for aid from the conservative Les Republicains (LR) celebration, for you to appreciate its kingmaker function, and will want to actual a heavy price from Macron for legislative guide, which include possibly a trade in top minister. This lifestyle of compromise is one we will have to adopt, but we need to accomplish that round clear values, thoughts and political tasks for France, stated Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire, himself a former conservative, in an obvious try to attain out to his former political family. However, in a country which post-war Chief Charles de Gaulle famously stated changed into ungovernable given its 246 sorts of cheese, it'll be hard for Macron but additionally ability companions to study the Northern European artwork of consensus building and coalition work. Senior Les Republicains officers appeared to reject an extensive coalition deal on Sunday night time and would stay in opposition, but may be constructive, hinting at possible deals on a bill-by-bill basis. I worry we're going to be extra in an Italian-style political state of affairs wherein it will likely be tough to govern than in a German scenario with its consensus building, Christopher Dembick, an analyst at Saxo Bank, informed. It's not always a tragedy, for my part. It can be an opportunity to reinvigorate French democracy and go back to the real meaning of parliament, he stated. Macron was often criticized during his first mandate for ramming through parliament pro-business reforms that had been drafted by means of his aides at the Élysée Palace without consulting lawmakers or out-of-door stakeholders. Rivals frequently accused the president of being out of touch and conceited. One authorities supply said that changed into in all likelihood what citizens had sought to sanction. It's a message approximately the dearth of grassroots and the vanity we have now and again proven, the supply said. During the campaign, Macron sought to counter this accusation through promising a new technique of government, presenting to create a brand new frame out-of-doors parliament that might be filled with figures from civil society and with whom he would seek advice from on destiny reforms. In the end, French voters, it appears, had been unconvinced. Filibustering. Macron is probable to face filibustering from each sides of the chamber. The left-wing NUPES alliance, which has grew to become an already combative contingent of lawmakers into Parliament's biggest opposition force, might be relentless in its obstruction. Parliament policies stipulate that an competition lawmaker must head the powerful Finance Committee, that can demand get entry to exclusive tax statistics from the government and might block price range bills temporarily. That would be a particularly painful manner to keep Macron's featuring to the fireplace. On the other facet of the aisle, Marine Le Pen's far-right Rassemblement National is likewise possibly to make the most of its newly acquired right as a parliamentary institution of lawmakers to launch parliamentary investigations and challenge bills before the Constitutional Court, senior RN officers have said. These investigations can pressure authorities, ministers or even presidential aides to testify publicly in Parliament. These parties may even fill up their coffers with taxpayer money that is allotted to political events on the basis of their election outcomes, elevating the specter of strong challenges from them inside the subsequent presidential election in 2027. Of root, compromising does not always mean paralysis. Macron's new center-right partners will discover it tough not to again his most conservative-oriented reform plans, including pushing lower back the retirement age to 65 or making welfare blessings conditional on education or network paintings. Some rules can be laboriously handed. But how lengthy Macron accepts to percentage electricity stays to be visible.